Hello everyone, today I'm going to share about the one of the question which related to the level function. This question is related from start until the end, so for those miss it may refer to earlier video to get the value. Hopefully you all can learn something from this video. Let's proceed to the video. For question 1. The polynomial px equal hx power of 4 plus kx power of 3 plus 2x minus 1, where h and k are constant, leaves a remainder of 4, 1 divided by x minus 1, and a remainder of negative 2 divided by x plus 1. Question A. Determine the value of h and k. When the question given the remainder, we must know that the remainder that being divided must equal to 0, so we will get the x value, which is 1 and negative 1. So we rewrite the equation, and we substitute the value of x, which is 1, into the equation. As a result, we produce the first equation. For the next step, do not forget to use value of x, which is minus 1 that we found earlier, and substitute into the same equation. The new equation will be labeled as equation 2. After we found both the equation, we can use the method of simultaneous equation, which cancel the same number. From the equation we can just directly add for both equation because we need to cancel the unknown to get the value. Finally we get h equals 2. We substitute h equals 2 into the first equation, and we will get the value of k, which is k equals 1. For the question B. Express the polynomial px in the form x squared, 1qx plus rx, where qx is quadratic and rx is linear. Note, this question is related with previous question. For the px equation, we just simply substitute h and k into the equation, and we use the px equation that we form. For this question, we had give a factor from previous question, so we directly multiply these both two factor to form a quadratic factor. As we found the quadratic factor, we can use these factor to undergo the long division to produce the linear factor. The long division is same as the normal division that done manually. Have a look on the long division. For those do not understand the long division, please have a ask in comment section. For the question 3. Express qx in a completed square form of x plus b squared plus c. For this question we need to master the completing the square. Let's go through the question. We rewrite the qx equation. In order to start the completing the square, we need to factorize the x squared into lowest form. After this step, we need to factor square and do nothing for the plus 1. But remember to put minus the value after the factorize, or not it cause the value run a lot. Finally, we solve the normal things into the simplest form. For question C1. Deduce that the qx is always positive for all real values of x. What mean with the positive for all real values of x? These mean that the equation must greater than 0 in order to produce positive values. So for this question, we just put greater than 0 for the equation qx, and the question was answered. For question C2. Deduce the minimum value of qx and correspond value of x. To solve this equation, we need to understand about the completing the square. From the qx equation, we know that the x value is equal to negative 1 over 4 when the x plus 1 over 4 equals 0. Another information that we should know is the 15 over 8. The value 15 over 8 represent the minimum value of the equation. As a conclusion, the completing the square is important to know its minimum or maximum value for its equation. For question D. Determine the set of values of x for which px greater than 3x plus 1. Since the px equation we had done in previous question, we just directly use the px equation as greater than 3x plus 1, and we solve it as usual. After these we get the two factor, and one of the factor will get the answer with x greater than 1 and x less than negative 1, and one of the factor will get no answer. So that's all for today's session. Thanks you and have a nice day. Don't forget to like us and subscribe if the video was meaningful.